I'm the doctor.
Yeah, he is. Wow, that was absolutely fantastic. I think it's safe to say that I may have messed up. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek. You're watching Kevin the Geek. And I must apologise because I have had a massive deluge of comments on my recent video where I reacted to the Doctor Who Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road, which was the first episode featuring, first full episode featuring Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor, and the first ever episode featuring Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday. And I enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed making my reaction to it. But I apparently clicked off too early. Because apparently there was a end credit or a mid-credit sequence to this, which I was not aware of, because Doctor Who has never done that really before. You know, the closest you could possibly say to that is having a cliffhanger like in The Name of the Doctor, where they introduced John Hurt right at the very end. But other than that, no, we've never really had that. And I don't know if this is any influence by Disney and them coming in and adding money to it, and they want to have like a Marvel style kind of mid-credit thing to do a bit of a teaser, or whether that's just Russell T Davies thinking that's the way they do things these days. So I have to apologise that I missed that, and I also missed the teaser trailer. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do a reaction to the teaser trailer, and then I thought, you know what, sod it, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I am going to sit down at the computer, I am going to react to the mid-credit scene, and I'm also going to react to the teaser trailer. So I'll see you over there in just a moment. Okay, what we got?
Mrs. Flood, did you see that? Mrs. Flood, did you see? The box thing. It just vanished. It was there, and then it wasn't. It just disappeared.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Abdul. Stop making such a fuss. Never seen a TARDIS before.
Excuse me? Never seen a TARDIS before? Well, that finally adds some level of context to why I've been seeing so many posts and so many people going, oh, who do you think this Mrs. Flood is? Because I didn't pick up much from her in the Christmas special. Now that holds a whole other dimension to this character. As for right now, let's check out the teaser trailer for the upcoming series.
Into the vortex.
Into the
I have
vortex.
the whole universe at my fingertips.
Oh, this is Pip.
You can't! Happy Road Studios!
Alright, let's take it from the top.
Oh, the Beatles.
Ruby, there are powers beyond the universe.
Are you getting scared because you're just babbling now?
Ah! Now faster! No job, no boss. Just fun.
Was that Rose?
I'd love it if you came with me.
The brand new season of Doctor Who, this May on BBC iPlayer.
Whoa, okay, right, hang on 1 second. Right, what I want to do is I want to go back, because I saw a couple of things in that. I want to see if I can pick them up.
Into the vortex.
Right, here. Is this the same location, where the 13th Doctor regenerated into the 14th Doctor, so Jodie Whittaker into Tennant? If so, is there maybe some time travel-y thing here? Maybe we're going to go back, maybe get an explanation a little bit more as to why Jodie Whittaker went into Tennant. I don't know. So we had that. That's what I spotted.
Universe at my fingertips.
Right. Her face looks familiar. And if it's who I think it is, I could be entirely, completely wrong. She's from Torchwood. I believe that's Indira Varma, who played Susie Costello in... well, she basically appeared in 2 episodes in the show. She appeared in the pilot, in Everything Changes, the first ever episode of Torchwood. And then later on in the first series, she came back in the episode They Keep Killing Susie. It does look like her. I mean, her stock has risen a lot more in recent years, because I know she was in the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney series, and if Disney are involved, that may make sense why, you know, if they've had any kind of an influence. I hope they haven't, because I hope it's all Doctor Who related stuff, but that could explain it. So
You can't! Happy Road Studios!
right, so yeah, we are featuring the Beatles, it seems. And I believe that there on the far left, I believe that is supposed to be Paul McCartney. At least that's the one that looks the closest like Paul McCartney, I think. And obviously there we've got John Lennon. Again, I assume it is. Actually, no. I don't know. The one on the left there, that's got 5, so that's a bass. So is that maybe George Harrison? I don't know. I'm getting confused.
Alright, let's take it from the top.
Ruby, there are powers beyond.
Right, so this is that Jinx Monsoon character. Now, at the moment, she is my early contender for the person who picked up the Toymaker's tooth at the end of the giggle. That is my prediction at the moment. You know, the gold tooth that supposedly incorporates the Master. Unless Jinx is going to be playing the Master, I don't know.
On the universe.
Are you getting scared because you're just babbling now?
No job, no boss.
And here, right, this is the other thing I spotted that I want to take another look at. Now, I could be completely wrong here, but obviously it's moving quite fast. I'm pretty sure that's Rose, as in Donna's daughter. And that is Unit. So if that's the case, and Rose is going to be in this, is Donna potentially going to be in the upcoming series? Is Kate going to be in the series? Are we going to potentially see the 14th Doctor again in this series?
Just fun.
Classic.
I'd love it if you came with me.
The brand new season of Doctor Who, this May on BBC iPlayer.
Coming out in May. Okay, right. Okay, quite a bit to digest there. Let me take a moment to gather my thoughts. I'll be back with you on the sofa in just a moment.
A few moments later.
Damn. Right. Okay. So, when I was watching the Christmas special, I didn't really mention Mrs. Flood in my kind of post-watching thoughts. Because, like, she just seemed like this random character. And I had a few, I don't know, feelings about her. I wasn't quite sure what they were. I couldn't quite put my finger. Something felt a little bit off. But I just thought, she's just a bit of a neighbour. I sort of dismissed her in reality. Now it kind of makes sense a little bit why there is, you know, those feelings that I had. So if we try and break it down, she she was sitting down in the episode. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch those scenes just featuring Mrs. Flood, just to try and get a bit more context, because it's been a couple of days since I saw the episode. And from what I remember, she was very confused at the start, and then later on it seemed like she knew a bit more. So whether that had anything to do with the time travel and the changing of the timeline thing, or whether she was just putting on an act all the way through, I don't know, obviously, at this stage. But she knows what a TARDIS is. So, at the moment, there's a few possibilities that come to mind. One, she is a Time Lord. She is some sort of Time Lord. If she is, I am so hoping that it's either going to be a recurring Time Lord of whom we have not seen come into the show before. Maybe someone like the Rani, who did feature in the 30th anniversary special that I reacted to in November for the 60th anniversary. But that is a long-standing villain that would probably be up there with regards to the Master. And as much as I like the Master, I do fancy seeing something a little bit different. Now, the other possibility, it is a Time Lord of whom we have seen before, but is not necessarily a villain. So, could it be, for example, Susan Foreman, so the granddaughter of the first Doctor? Could that be, potentially Susan? I mean, if you're going to do that, you'd like to think in reality you would bring back Carol Ann Ford, because she was, the person who did it. And I don't think she's actually been in any form of Doctor Who since the 30th anniversary special, which again she briefly featured in. Could it be another Time Lord that has featured within Doctor Who? Again, that is not necessarily a villain. Could it be someone like Romana? I think. I'm pretty sure she wasn't she one that travelled with the Doctor, if I remember correctly. She was a Time Lord who did travel, and she regenerated, so she's had different faces before. Could it be potentially like a River Song? But the problem with that theory is you would have to say that would be a River Song before she became River Song. And so would they necessarily have had knowledge of what the TARDIS was at that stage? If you say, let's say hypothetically, it was the girl who was the impossible astronaut when you first saw her, you saw her regenerate. You never saw her regenerate into Mel's. So could it be like an in-between missing regeneration there? In theory, it possibly could, but then, like I said, would she have knowledge of what a TARDIS is at that point? Or is it just going to be a completely new Time Lord, or just a general alien that happens to know about Time Lords and TARDISes and stuff? I don't know. It's going to be interesting, because we've only got 8 episodes in this upcoming series. Obviously, it's going to be shorter than most of your regular series of Doctor Who. And, apart from Flux. Flux was the anomaly with that one, which, I still say that was a disappointment. I will review that at some point on the channel. I'm going to be, obviously, moving on in the new year with the Matt Smith era, starting with Series 5. And I'm thinking of doing a ranking as well, actually. I thought about this today. Doing a ranking of the best introductory episodes for the Doctors or the Companions, or both, combine them both together. That might be interesting. Make sure you drop a like if that's something you would like to see. Drop your comments down below. Of course, make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now, the trailer itself, it is a teaser trailer, so it's not giving you much. It is just designed to give you a little hint and taste of what is to come. Now, it's been said for a long time that Jinx Monsoon, who is going to be playing a role in the upcoming series. I had always initially presumed that to have meant the 60th anniversary specials. So it's going to be here in this. Is it going to be a one-off villain? Is it going to be a recurring villain within that? Is it just going to be some sort of character? I mean, the kind of look of the character, that would suggest to me more likely that we're going down a villainous route. And could it be potentially something like the Master, or technically, the Mistress? Again, if we go down that technicality, could it be Irani or something like that? Could like the Mrs. Flood character turn into this Jinx, could she regenerate and do that? Because I can't imagine that Anita Dobson, obviously being a lot older, she's necessarily going to maybe have the physicality to do a lot of stuff. So I would feel that, let's say hypothetically, Mrs. Flood is the Master, or the Rani, or whatever. I envisage it more being like when you had Derek Jacobi play the Master. Only in it for a very short period of time, and then regenerate into someone who is probably younger and fitter and can do more stuff, basically. That's my theory at this stage, if that was to be the case. We're going to get an episode in Liverpool with the Beatles. That is going to be interesting. I do really like the Beatles. I really like their music. Other than that, we've obviously got a historical episode, and that is the one that is apparently or seemingly featuring Indira Verma. And I liked her as Susie in Torchwood. I'm not going to lie. She had something in her 2 appearances. I mean, I would say more so in the second one. I don't know what kind of role she's going to play, because she was pretty good at playing a villain in that one. And then when she was in Star Wars, in the the Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi series, she was really interested in that because she was basically a double agent in that. So she had to show 2 completely different sides and roles, and she intrigued me in that one. I'm not gonna lie, I quite liked her in that. So her acting stock has definitely grown since her early days being in Torchwood. And some people may go, hey, she's been in Torchwood, she can't possibly be in Doctor Who as well. Look, you're taking into account, this is a historical episode, at least for all intents and purposes, that we're seeing at this present moment in time. And we've had precedents for this. We had bloody Peter Capaldi be in Doctor Who as Caecilius in Pompeii. Then he was in Torchwood as John Frobisher in Children of Earth. Then he went on to play the 12th Doctor. So I'm sorry, if anyone wants to cling on to that argument, nah, it's been debunked multiple times in the show's history. Just go with it. I am looking forward to this upcoming series. I really am. It's going to be really intriguing. So at the moment, my plan is to do reviews for the fifth series of Doctor Who, featuring the 11th Doctor with Matt Smith. Judging by if we get any news of when this this new series will come out, I'll either do all of Series 6 of Doctor Who, or because obviously that was split into 2 halves, if you remember that one. So maybe I might get enough time to just do the first half of Series 6, then we watch this new series with Shooting Hour, and then I go back to Series 6 with Doctor Who, my reviews of that. But yeah, keep subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Drop your comments, let me know what your thoughts are. Give me your theories, let me know what you think that this Mrs. Flood character is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you again next time. But for today, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.